Hi everyone on YouTube and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and football fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts about Week 3 and my picks for Week 4 for the 2025 NFL season. Check it out. Well, first off, let's get to my record for straight up. I went 10-6 overall in the year, and against the spread, it'd have been better. 7-8-1 overall in the year. And of course, over and under wasn't too bad. I went 2-1. I'm 7-4 overall in the year with that. And for straight up, I'm 33-15 overall in the year. Against the spread, I'm 22-24-23 overall in the year. So we got to work our way up on the against the spread right now. And before I begin, my thoughts. Hey, Justin Bridgewater's Fun is on YouTube. Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. This is for you. Here you go. Yeah, we had a friendly bet for my fantasy football this year. I lost. What are you going to do? But he was going to give me a shout out on his CFL picks on his video. And I wouldn't. And which he won. The bet was I had to wear my I Love Breakfast t-shirt in there. Which, in my opinion, I think I need a new slogan. For maybe what breakfast is cool, or maybe something like that, or anything like that. But yeah, I thought about since I did all the Dr. Squatch ones this past week. I thought about maybe I Love Soap or Briccs or things like that. That's just something that I can think of. But anyways, that's next year. But let's focus on the current right now. My thoughts about Week 3, Buffalo and Miami. Yeah, there was a kind of like an expected outcome of that. But, that was the one that I thought I was going to get the spread on that. Never worked out that way. Green Bay and Cleveland, that was a game that I didn't expect out at all. Cleveland just was all over Green Bay. And congratulations to Cleveland, their first win in 20 years over the Green Bay Packers. There you go. Indianapolis and Tennessee. It's another big win for Tennessee. Now they have a tougher challenge with the LA Rams. Minnesota and Cincinnati. I'm sorry to say this, but it goes to show that Cincinnati desperately need help on both sides of the ball to support Joe Burrow. I hate to say that. It was just pathetic what Cincinnati did. Pathetic. It definitely goes to show this is not Joe Burrow's game. He needs a good supporting cast. Guaranteed, if he went to the Vikings, they would be successful right now. That's all I'm saying. Which I'll get to the Vikings in a bit, now they got Carson Wentz in there. Now I got myself wrong on that one. On Desmond, I think it was Desmond Ritter. So now he's their backup for that. So, hey, you never know. And my Patriots in Pittsburgh, I told you all what I told you. My Patriots lost home field advantage. They've been like that for the past at least 6 years since Tom Brady left. That needs to be fixed, and they have to fix the turnovers as well. Philadelphia and the LA Rams, what a wild ending that was. Philadelphia had a great comeback, and LA Rams were going to try to get a field goal to win it, and they're getting blocked and went for a touchdown. You can't go crazier than that. Tampa Bay, the New York Jets. Simple New York Jets. I'm not going to say much about that. Washington and Las Vegas. Not much to say about them either. Las Vegas is not really a good team, even though they beat my Patriots. Atlanta and Carolina. I think Carolina just got their Super Bowl. That's all I can tell you. Houston and Jacksonville. Hey, I think Jacksonville can maybe coming on with something with Trevor Lawrence. Not with Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter. I mean, yeah, so far it's been working out. Seattle and New Orleans. I'll give Seattle the credit of the doubt on this one. They did pretty solid on this one, but now they're going to face a division opponent. Arizona and San Francisco. I hate to say it. Despite the injuries of San Francisco, Arizona's the much better ball team right now. If San Francisco was healthy, they were a much better ball team right now. But to say the least out of that, San Francisco got a short, really cut break on that one. Really cut break, but besides Purdy and Mac Jones, that situation, and they have Nick Bosa's injuries, they still got an injury-prone problem. That's all I can tell you, despite the 3-0 start. Kansas City and the New York Giants, not going to lie. It wasn't Patrick Mahomes' game. Sure, he had a decent game or two in there, but they had a good defensive calling on that. That was a motivation for them to say, look, we are still the defending AFC champions. This is what we can do. That was it. Even though Kansas City, New York Giants are 0-3, they could face somebody good teams right now. So we'll see about that one. In Baltimore and Detroit, man, that was some game on Monday night. That was one of the most entertaining games of the week, I would say. But anyways, that's my thoughts about week 3. Let's get on to my week 5 picks. All right, let's get on to my week 4 picks. We're going to kick things off on Thursday night. We're going to start things off with the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. NFC West showdown on Thursday night. Both have a short rest. But I will say this. I think Seattle has more offensive weapons they do than Arizona does, despite Marvin Harrison Jr. there, and who's pretty decent. I would say that. But to say the least on Seattle's case, I think I don't know who's going to be more motivated. I know I can get why about Seattle and everything because of what happened with them, but because Seattle won last week, but it's on a short rest for them. Both teams are on a short rest. Anything can happen on a short rest. So, that being said alone, it's in Arizona. I think Arizona's a much better coaching staff than Seattle is, personally. And that's why I'm thinking I'm going to lean toward Arizona over Seattle to win this game. On the line, Arizona's favored by 1.5 point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Arizona minus 1.5. Over and under, it's 43.5. I'm going to go over 43.5 in this game. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings and Dumberland, Ireland. The first time in NFL history that the NFL is going to Dumberland, Ireland, which I think they did an NCAA college football game with Notre Dame and Navy there years ago. So now the NFL is doing it over there. So congratulations, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings are the first two teams to play in Dumberland, Ireland. Maybe, who knows? Maybe next go around they could. Maybe a few other teams can go in there next year. But anyways, that being said, I think Minnesota is a more defensive team better than Pittsburgh is. And I think I'm going to lean towards that. I got to say this. Pittsburgh should have lost against my Patriots, but like I said, my Patriots had a big turnover problem, which they need to fix that ASAP. But anyways, I'll get to the Patriots in a bit. But anyways, for Pittsburgh's case, I think there's something lacking on Pittsburgh right now. Probably Aaron Rodgers, but I'm not making any bets on that. But anyways, I think Minnesota's a much better ball team than Pittsburgh is. It's like Mike Tomlin's a much better coach right now. I'm just saying that. But that being said, I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings over the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game, even though Pittsburgh's a designated home team and Minnesota's a designated road team in this one. On the line, Minnesota's favored by 2.5 in this game. I'm going to take Minnesota minus 2.5. Over and under, it's 42.5. I'm going to go under 42.5 in this game. Oh, if I didn't mention the over and under on Arizona and Seattle, over 43.5 in this game. Sorry about that. Anyways, continuing on, the rest of the games. Atlanta and the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders are a much better ball team than Atlanta. Atlanta has problems. So I'm going to take Washington Commanders over Atlanta Falcons in this game. On the line, Washington's favored by 2.5 in this game. I'm going to take Washington minus 2.5. The Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints. I'll give New Orleans the credit of the doubt on this one. Because even though I don't really trust New Orleans right now, I'm going to take Buffalo, despite that, over the New Orleans, even though they have a lot of problems on New Orleans on both sides of the ball. But on the line, this is why I'm going to give credit to New Orleans. Buffalo's favored by 16.5 point favorites in this game. I'm going to take New Orleans plus 16.5. Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. I would say this. I think Detroit is probably getting more motivated since they lost to Green Bay. I will say that. Despite that, despite that, Cleveland had a phenomenal game against Green Bay. Now they're gonna play an offensive machine, which is Detroit right now. Much different ball team than Green Bay right now. So I'm gonna take Detroit at home over the Cleveland Browns to win this game. On the line, I will give credit to the doubt for Cleveland as well. Detroit's favored by 7.5 point favorites in this game. I'm gonna take Cleveland plus 7.5. My Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. All right. I will say this for both teams. Both teams are rebuilding. Both teams are looking for identity. I will say that. Despite what you can say about both teams, my Patriots, they've been playing better offensively, but they have to stop committing the turnovers. That's been the problem so far the last 3 games of the year. That's it. They are a talented team, but they need to find an identity. Same thing with Carolina. I think they're much better right now, like they were last couple of years. They need to find an identity. These are 2 rebuilding teams. Need to find an identity to build around them. That's it. But despite that, right now, who is better right now? I'm not being a fan or a homer right now. I would say my Patriots right now. But anyways, despite that, we could get Christian Gonzalez back with a hip injury. He could be coming back, so we'll have to wait and tune in for that. But until then, I'm going to take my Patriots at home. It's a risk, but I'm taking it. I'm going to take my Patriots over Carolina to win this game. On the line, I'm going to give Carolina credit to doubt on this one as well. They could win this game. I'm going to take, because my Patriots are 5-point favorites in this game. That's way too many points. If it was a 1-point spread, I would have gone with the Patriots on this one. But 5 is way too many. I'm going to take Carolina plus 5. The New York Giants and the LA Chargers. It's plain simple. The New York Giants are just plain bad. Plain bad. If they were playing the New Orleans Saints, I would have to pick 'em. I would not tune into that game at all. That's how bad the New York Giants are. And to say that, I'm going to take the LA Chargers over the New York Giants to win this game in New York. On the line, the LA Chargers are favored by 6 in this game. I'm going to take the LA Chargers minus 6. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. We could be seeing a playoff preview or an NFC Championship preview right here. Like I said in my early prediction videos, I had those 2 going to the conference championship in the NFC side. We could see a preview of that. Possibility. You never know. Despite that, this is going to be a very interesting game. I'm really surprised who's favored in this one. I can understand because I'm pulling off the upset in this one. I'm going to take Philadelphia over Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay to win this game. Even though Tampa Bay is at home, I'm picking Philadelphia as an upset in this one. Philadelphia just can't be stopped. Unless Tampa Bay can do something, maybe. But despite that, I'm pulling up the upset in this one. I'm going to take Philadelphia over Tampa Bay to win this game right here. On the line, Tampa Bay is favored by 3.5 point favorites in this game. 3.5 point favorites. And I'm going to take Philadelphia plus 3.5 point favorites in this game. The Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Another division rival for Houston to go through with right now. Pretty much to say alone on this one. They're probably going to be motivated to win that game after they lost to Jacksonville. As for Tennessee, they got to get their Super Bowl at one point. So, but not this week. I'm going to take the Houston Texans in Houston over Tennessee to win this game. On the line, I'll give Tennessee credit of doubt on this one. Houston's favored by 7 in this game. I'm going to take Tennessee plus 7. Indianapolis Colts and the LA Rams. Despite what I said about the LA Rams right now, the LA Rams got to be like at least the second best team in the NFL right now. That's all I'll say about them right now, the way they've been playing lately. And despite how they absolutely got just complete collapse against the Philadelphia last week, especially in the end when they went to go for the game-winning field goal, they ended up getting blocked. And Philadelphia ran it in for a touchdown. I'm pretty sure they're going to be highly motivated for Daniel Jones and the Colts with a high-powered offense. And that's another thing for the Colts. They haven't played anyone good for the exception of the Denver Broncos, who are possibly a playoff team. We'll have to wait and see. They played the Miami Dolphins, and I'm not mistaken, I think the Tennessee Titans, and then Denver at the first 3 games of the year. They hadn't really faced anyone that's really challenging yet. This is their big test. I don't think they're quite ready for that stage yet. So, I'm going to take the LA Rams over the Indianapolis Colts to win this game. On the line, the LA Rams are favored by 3.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take the LA Rams minus 3.5. The San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay. San Francisco, not healthy. Jacksonville, healthy. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter, really decent. So we'll have to wait and tune in with what they're doing right now. But despite the injuries, I might go with San Francisco with this one in San Francisco, despite the fact they're at home. If it was in Jacksonville, I would have considered it going to Jacksonville on this one. We'll have to tune in and see. And I don't know who Brock Purdy or Mac Jones is starting. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But despite who's at quarterback, I'm taking San Francisco to win this game. On the line, San Francisco's favored by 3.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take San Francisco minus 3.5. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. Say what you want about the Ravens. They could have won last week. They didn't. But they were facing a high-powered offense with the Detroit Lions. And Baltimore's not bad either. I'm not going to say that. Now they're playing one of their... We could see an AFC Championship preview over here. Like I mentioned, it could be a playoff preview we'll be seeing right here. You never know. Despite that, that's continuing on. I'm going to take the upset in this one. You heard me right. Because Kansas City's at home. It's very tough to play over in Kansas City. I'm going to take Kansas City over the Baltimore Ravens to win this game in Kansas City. On the line, Baltimore's favored by 2.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Kansas City plus 2.5. The Chicago Bears and the Las Vegas Raiders. Despite the adversity with the Las Vegas Raiders are going through right now, I think Chicago could be a most decent team right now. And it's a pick'em game. Anything could happen. But I think last time I checked, the Vegas is favored by 1 in this game. Last time I saw the other day was a pick'em. Then they went to 1. So that's why. So I'm going to take Chicago in Chicago over the Las Vegas Raiders to win this game. On the line, Chicago's favored by... Las Vegas Raiders are favored by 1 in this game. I'm going to take Chicago plus 1. And for Sunday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys, excuse me. But anyways, Green Bay's on the road. Dallas at home. Dallas lost CeeDee Lamb, possibly for the year. Could be the downfall for Dallas for this one. So, despite the adversity for Dallas right now, and I do like their new tight end, Jason Ferguson, I picked him up in Fantasy League. He's been doing decent, Anyways, despite that, Green Bay with better weapons than Dallas right now, I'm going to have to go with Green Bay over the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas in this game. On the line, Green Bay is favored by 6.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Green Bay minus 6.5. Over and under is 47.5. I'm going to go over 47.5 in this game. And for the double Monday Night Football game, you got one toilet bowl in this one with the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Despite that, they're going 0-3. Somebody has to win. And I had to pick a winner, and I have no idea. We could be seeing 2 high school football teams not going to win. That's how I feel about this game. Despite that, I have to pick a winner. It's in Miami. I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins at home over the New York Jets to win this game. On the line, Miami's favored by 2.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Miami minus 2.5. Over and under, it's 45.5. No, excuse me, it's 45. 45 in this game. Despite how those 2 teams are pretty bad right now, I'm going to go under 45 in this game because I don't think it's going to make it. And for And for the second Monday Night Football game, the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. For this game, if I'm Cincinnati, Tank, get some protection for Joe Burrow. That's what I'm going to have to tell you. Joe Burrow may be done for the year, but get some protection for this man. He needs help. We're trying to get, like my Patriots did, we got an offensive lineman to protect him in the draft. So they need to do the exact same thing. They need to at least get a top 5 draft pick, get some help for Joe Burrow, and maybe get back into contendership. That's all I can tell you for Cincinnati right now. And despite that adversity, I'm taking the Denver Broncos at home over the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game. Poor Cincinnati. That's all I can tell you. On the line, Denver's favored by 7 in this game. I'm going to take Denver -7. Over and under is 44. Minnesota was a different ball game. They put up 48 points. Denver Broncos, they might put up some points on Cincinnati, but I don't think it's going to make it to 44. So I'm going to take under 44 in this game. Okay. A big shout out this week is Matt the NFL Fanatic. Check him out and the rest of the NFL YouTube prognosticators page down below right here. And by the way, I don't have any bricks for you, but I got some deodorant to check out for Deos. Check out Sudsy Bear's Fright Night for Halloween. Check out the Ghostly Ale for Sudsy Bear for Halloween. And the Twisted Pumpkin Deo for Sudsy Bear. So these are a really good company, though. They have great soaps. I'll leave their brick products down below right here. I just got the soaps right now. I used all the all their bricks right now, but they have great soaps. But I would say this for the Deo version, I would put this first, the Fright Night. Second, the Ghostly Ale. They're both pretty good, and probably dead last in this one for the Twisted Pumpkin. It's not that I don't think it's bad. It's just too sweet for me. That's all. But for the bricks and soaps, I would put the Twisted Pumpkin brick and soap first. I would put the Ghostly Ale one second for that one, and I would put the Fright Night one at third at this one because they're pretty good. But I'll have their packaged ones down below right here. You can check these products out. They're really good. They last all day. Can't go wrong with these deodorants right there. They have a great smoothing glide, really good. Check those out. I'll have those descriptions down below right here. Till then, this is Andrew Warren signing off saying, rock out and eat your breakfast.